A lot happens in this crazy shop, and today we're going to show you a little glimpse into what goes on here. We're not a big YouTube media channel or anything like that. We are a legitimate bike shop that just likes documenting what we do and sharing it with you guys. So today is a little bit of a fly on the wall documentary of what we get up to every day here, and we start with a team meeting.
Me and Jake might be tied up in that a little bit just as things go. First of all, we've got Matt come in. Turbo training is really spotless. We just need to get Matt's bike literally ready to go. So he's here. We've got his bill sorted.
Should be, I'll double check.
He's not Cycle Works scheme, is he?
Yes, so he's already paid his big Cycle Works scheme.
Yeah, that's already gone through.
An additional 500 to pay.
Okay, so
just
that's
make sure everything's on it.
Your major task can be to try and deflect as much stuff from me and Jake as possible so that me and Jake can really concentrate on the workshop. Yeah. Is that all right?
That's all right.
That means helping writing up orders and giving people quotes and calling people up. So helpful. Thank you.
Morning, David.
Another thing that's happening today, Ewan is renting the room upstairs to film it. So, hi Ewan. Welcome to the morning meeting.
And then I dropped my chain on the opening lap. So I lost maybe 15 spots from that, which was a bit disappointing. But it was like, it's one of those things where something happens and it's like, so I was fighting my way back from there. So I finished in 28th, but it was really short laps, and at those races you have to, like, if you're going to get lapped by the leaders, they pull you out so you don't get in the way, basically. And so only 11 people actually finished the entire race distance.
Fast race,
yeah, because it was only 6-minute laps for the leaders, so you only have to be 4.5 minutes behind to get pulled out, which is nothing against like Cameron Mason and stuff. This is our Envy tyre inflator, which is accurate to half a PSI. When you're fitting new tyres up, it's really nice to have that kind of like control over it, because if you're just using a regular air compressor, you can just keep on adding and adding and adding air, and then eventually, if you're not careful, you can like blow the tyre off the rim and stuff like that. Whereas with this, I can set it to 70 PSI. These are hooked rims anyway, so they can go up to like 100, but I can set it to like 70 PSI, so I'm in like a safe range. I'm not gonna blow it off and it's still gonna seat, and I can just press the button and let it do it. And then when we get to bang on 70, it'll give us a beep like a microwave. Like that. And dinner is ready. One delicious 30mm tyre.
The thing with enduro wheels is that you just need to spend that bit more time actually making sure that you've got the entire bead in the drop channel. If you haven't done that, you've got absolutely no chance. So it takes a bit more patience to set the tyre up, ready for removal, like I'm doing here. But if you take that time rather than just forcing it, you should see it does actually come off quite easily. With just one tyre lever, you just need to spend that little bit of extra time actually doing it. So this wheel is going back to Percenti. So the story behind this is the customer had a pair of these wheels, but the front wheel developed a fault. We sent it back to Percenti. It's actually been with them about 6 months. And eventually they said that they're going to replace both wheels as sort of a gesture, if you like, so he's got 2 matching wheels again. So customers brought this back in, so we can send this one back to Percenti so that they can build their new rims onto his existing hubs. So hopefully it'll be a quick turnaround from here.
New year, sadly, new price list. Now we had a really hard think about what we're going to do with our prices this year. We put them up a little bit, so our hourly rate has gone up ever so slightly, but we've kept all of our major service packages. So our guaranteed labour rate for a full strip down and service and full mountain bike service is going to stay exactly the same. But for those sort of fiddly jobs, the hourly rate, we're going to put that to like just £10. And it's actually in line with everybody else. So wheelbase and bike treads actually went to £60 an hour in the middle of last year, so we're a little bit behind that curve. So yeah, sign of the times, I'm afraid, but here we go, new price list. The good news is when it comes to suspension, we've held our prices completely static. So no excuses, everybody, get your fork serviced, because if you don't, it'll just cost you more money in the long run. Cutters, almost £1,000. Exactly. Another bike shop which do custom builds.
Yeah.
I would imagine they normally hold a lot more stock, components and stuff. But that was the customer saying they really appreciate our input, and they are willing to pay for the time that we spent speaking to them. So we send them an invoice for an hour's worth of our time.
Okay.
But they're sorry, but they found the price £1,000 cheaper.
That's mad.
It is incredible.
Like close.
I'm
For
just
the
saying,
same build.
Is that for a 795?
765, and we price match the.
Price match the wheels.
They must be doing that at virtually cost because they're not getting the frame that cheap.
No.
That's mental.
Now we just need to wait for Matt to arrive, stuck somewhere on the A66 on his way over. He's travelled quite a long way to get his bike fit today, so we're ready to go. Done. We now send our customer away to go and get their lunch while we are going to take a hacksaw to this. We'll cut this down, get all the brake hoses looped absolutely perfectly. Might need to just cut down some of the gear cables as well. Finish all that off, bar tape, full check, torque check everything, and should be ready for a handover sometime after lunch. All done, absolutely classic and fabulous build. Looks fantastic, looks really smart and sophisticated. Gravel bike, GRX 2x with 2 sets of wheels, one set up with some 38mm gravel wheels and these set up with 30mm road wheels. Super versatile bike. I think the customer is gonna absolutely love it. Let's go and hand it over.
Just more, I don't know how to describe it. It's like sort of whatever I'm putting in. I'm easily doing 20 miles an hour without even thinking about it. Do you know what I mean? Which is really nice because I'm not really putting much effort in. It's something else. Yeah, so it's just really nice.
Have a safe journey. Thanks a lot. Nice to see you. Have a great day. Very happy customer.
Trying to fine tune the fit on Simon's TT bike a little bit. So
Partly the angle of these feel like they need to be up slightly.
yeah,
Now that's based on, if I was at the end there,
yeah,
there's obviously a gap there, but if I drop back slightly, I think they'll be just about.
yeah. So what we can do, we can't make these any steeper really without some specialist stuff. But what I can do is I can move the pads back so they're a bit more underneath your elbow, and we can cut these down a little bit so you can get your thumb back on the top.
Yeah, which should be about right.
Yeah. Oh, we can come back with these quite a way actually. You've probably got another centimetre and a half, which should just put it almost by your elbow. Let's get it on turbo later then, just try that and then see if we decide where we cut that. That'll be significantly easier. Got your brakes working. So the big challenge with this was after loads of turbo training use, all this has got really corroded and Argon 18 don't supply the parts anymore. So we've had to do some engineering to try and get this to work. Now the downside is that we haven't got that nice clean aero look because we've had to find another place to drill the locating holes, but it does actually work. So yeah, it's a real shame we can't just get a simple spare, but I think we've salvaged it.
Yeah, so
We might ride again.
Hi, I'm Vicki. I'm one of the strength coaches here at Mapdec Cycle Works in the Strength to Speed gym. I'm also the owner of Sports Recovery Kendall, which is a sports therapy clinic which is upstairs here in the building.
Calibrated 3 litre syringe, so when we're using the VO2 masks, we know exactly what 3 litres of air is. So another level of calibration we can do. This is VO2 master for doing our VO2 testing. And then we have all these moxies, which people are everyone's putting onto their legs at the moment. And we keep a stock of Polar H10 heart rate monitors, which do heart rate variability, RR intervals, and heart rate, believe it or not. Okay, everyone up. Everyone got data on their screens. Everyone got boxy data up. Awesome. Let's hit the play button. Where we go.
There we go, that's us. It's pretty genuine, real life people doing real life jobs here. If there's anything we could help with, get in touch, give us a call, send us an email, whatever works for you. If you like that sort of content, give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one.